All right. Okay, Mario, my good friend, I am honored to give you. I don't know if Have I given Mario like a reading before? I don't know. This will be fun. All right, Mario of Symbolic Studies. This is going to be awesome. All right. Mario, your hexagram is 31. Influence. Indeed, you are influential. Creating success. Constancy bears fruit. Taking a woman. Good fortune. Influence is what moves us. Whether that's emotions, inspiration, physical response, or visiting spirits. Steady the power of influence by creating a place in your life to contain it. Good fortune comes from a more feminine way of relating, being open, and allowing space for new influences. What influence is active, and what does it draw you towards? What is its place in your life? Listening to so much symbolic studies, I mean, like, yeah, Mar's a pretty open, sharing guy. Probably the answer is somewhere in something he's said already, I'd imagine. Because for sure, the way his work and influence is going is great and expanding. I'm excited to see this thing he's rolling out that involves the Black Sun that he's doing for Nick. Yeah. Shout out the Occult Rejects. I can't wait to see this thing he's crafting for Nick, because Nick's really excited about it, and I'm very excited about what Nick's been doing, talking about the near-death meditation experiences and taking magic very seriously on that, because I don't do, my magical path doesn't even, work with those kind of, like, I'm doing magical path. It's just a lot more of, evocation, working with the runes. Like, I got stuff on my altar that's helping me do things like keep myself working hard towards money and improving other little aspects of my life as I see fit, and I visualize cards and runes to put on my altar to focus, and we're like, and that's all the kind of magic that I'm doing. Different styles of different things, right? And so at any rate, I'm just kind of going off on a tangent about that I care about.
Nick already shown, at least on his on the Occult Rejects Twitter, what Mario has made for him? Because
did he? I may have missed it. Which forgive me.
I believe he finished it, and it is. I mean, I got a short preview when we did our show on the Black Sun, and man, it is fucking awesome. Mario is such. I mean, aside from a great mind, like when it comes to symbolism, astrology, astronomy, like he's also an amazing artist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna share my screen at the moment because the live recording is it's a little tough on my computer. That's why my cam keeps popping in and out. Although it's a little stupid maybe, but I can see if I can share it from my phone real quick, because it's awesome. It's really cool. And yeah, Nick is from the Occult Rejects. He's such a great guy. He's a true occultist, and the shit about the Black Sun, that's so cool.
While you're at that real quick, I'm just gonna keep going a little bit. Then we'll pause when you when you got the thing ready. So for Mario, your animal spirit, another air spirit, you got the Fairy Wren. The Fairy Wren. The Fairy Wren is about spontaneity, vibrancy, support, and the muse. We're talking about former Twitter, right?
The Bluebird, yes.
That's the Fairy Wren is a very Twitter, now X kind of spirit, if you will. So that obviously falls in line a great deal with just Mario's shtick, being a content creator, doing the things that he is doing, and this is talking about effectively making more. It kind of makes me feel like it's got that vibe. Like Mario likes to make those little symbol bites.
This is
going over one little thing, like an astrological symbol, like the Virgo symbol or whatever, and explaining, just getting right down into like why it's got the squiggles, why it's got the tail, and like that's really getting into the sigil magic weeds and things like that in a very short and concise manner, right? That makes a lot of sense for Fairy Wren as a muse, spontaneous. Yeah, it's all in there, right? So I already see that. All right, so Mario, let's go into it. Your focus position, buddy. All right, you guys have seen me shuffling, right? All right, so you actually got 10 of arrows reversed as instructor in your focus. So you are struggling with something that you're working on in your symbolic studies, to put together in a lesson plan kind of way. That's what you're struggling with right now. You haven't figured out how to turn this thing you're looking at right now, whatever that is, into something that you can teach. You've pulled Issa. Right? So you are having...
There you go again. Oh, it's even further this time. Jeez.
You are having... You're with Issa there. Issa's also your axis mundi, right? And you're working with all of the polar north symbolism, right? So, but of course, Issa's, it may represent that, but also it's personal, right? Everything's personal, right? So that's your internal true core essence, right? Your personal axis mundi. And we know that Mario gets all that kind of stuff, right? So the key to finding this instruction is effectively going to be the personal element within what you're teaching. So part of your teaching is going to have the element of your personal experience as part of the explanation within the lesson plan for this greater principle. So you have to kind of go through it yourself to unlock it. In Earth, what's the origins of this? Where did this come from? 9 of Vessels, Generosity. I love this fucking card. So yeah, so you've got like a Norse guru guy, and he's got the 9 cups, he's meditating, he's got the gold flame all about him, right? And so you found something really beautiful that you're trying to share with everybody, right? This lesson is coming from a generous place. It's coming from a place of, I don't have to be like particularly successful with this kind of lesson, right? But it is something that just has to get out there, put together, functionally working as a generous gift for all the people that are basically listening, to me, and are here because of these kinds of things that I can bring to them. All right, then we have Ehwaz. So this generosity is also being compiled with your genuine ability to really have an empathic bond with other people, right? There's something intrinsically of a personal kind of relation. Perhaps this kind of instruction will be some sort of a tutored course or something like that. Something that's got a little bit more personality or personalization rather to it, if you will. Verdandi. So what is the worth of this instruction that you are coming across? So we got, Ace of Bows. Now it's reversed.
A lot of bows.
The Ace of Bows I like because they deliberately took the bow itself, because the Ace of Bow also has the arrow in it, right? They put the arrow in the Ace of Bow, and then the bow itself it's Nothies. The strings are lined up like Nothies, so there's a Nothies implication in this particular card. So this is reversed, the Ace of Bows, right? So you haven't quite figured out the manner in which this thing you're trying to teach is meant to ultimately spark and inspire that true core ignition within the hearts of people, which needs to be there because of the level of generosity and personal connection that you feel is the significance of what you're teaching, right? Probably because of how spiritual it is, amongst other things. Tim Timony is here. What's up, Tim? Tim is a big fan of mine. He just got his wrench yesterday for finally showing up to a chat in the chat group. He's usually leaving comments in the comment section of various natures. Tim's good people. All right. Oh, I've pulled Othal again. So you need to find how this spark is going to operate within that sanctuary space. Maybe this is about the messaging that the people that need to learn it, they need to have their personal sanctuary for it too. It's either that or perhaps Mario hasn't made the time and space to really cultivate the thing itself to be developed fully into this teachable circumstance. Now, Skuld, what decisions should Mario be making? Great Bear. This is our judgment card.
Oh dear.
That's 20. Great Bear. Which, there's Ursa Majors in this one. This is, So, once again, jumping right in with all the polarism. Granted, this deck is naturally going to be a shitload of polar symbolism. It's for the Arctic peoples across the board, this whole deck. It's the Great Bear and it's Yera. Right? So, you're going to have to look at all of the different elements to what maybe it's a course, I'm not sure, right, of this thing that you want to be teaching people. And you're going to have to, take a look at all these pieces and make sure that you've arranged them in a proper, fitting, functional manner that's going to last a good period of time, right? And you're going to have to sit, this Great Bear here, he's guarding a cave, and this cave is probably a burial mound. Probably most likely a burial mound because it's the Judgment card. The Judgment card is about people emerging out of baskets or caskets or whatever. But, this is much more about the way we do it is that, like, you're staring down into hell, right? That this cave is the mouth to hell, right? And this is the guardian of it. It's kind of like Garm, if you will, in Norse mythos, who guards the underworld, right? And so this bear judges your heart in passage into the underworld, right? So there's something there's a judgment pass that your heart is going to have to go through as it's processing everything and putting it together in its proper place for this instruction to come out, which is telling me that this instruction, this is coming from somewhere in Mario's internal higher authority, his higher self, one of the gods or the fates, something of significance is bestowing this on him, and he has to get it right as a personal responsibility. And our Whispering Woods opportunities.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Unfurl like a fern, even without warm sunlight.
Okay.
So that's like, even though you don't necessarily have what seems to be the conditions for sustenance to be accepted in, such as a fern opens up for the sun to get more photosynthesis, right? Here, it's the same thing. It's maybe opening up to something that doesn't quite seem that way. You're going to have to use good judgment, right? Once again, the judgment card, the 20 with the Great Bear, right? But looking through the whole thing, just having the good judgment and, because, odds are you've made great choices to surround yourself by all sorts of people. I mean, what is this? There's no reversed runes, right? So Mario's energy is all good. This is showing us two things. There's two tarot cards that are reversed. There's two things going on in Mario's psyche that need to be straightened out, and he can rely on his energies pretty straightforward at this time,